All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We're back on the Mark II. I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, just because I haven't had any parts to do anything to the Mark II. So, NGP, New German Performance, sent over a Walbro 450. We're gonna slap that bad boy into the Mark II. Now, the pump itself is overkill. It's gonna be way too much for this car. But I was recommended it, and then Pete from Fabulous told me it's overkill, but it was already on its way from NGP, so we're just going to put it in anyway. Because that way, it's insurance if later down the road I get a wild hair up my butt and want to go turbo. Now we got a little bit of Bondo in here. Not a big deal. Just don't get it in the tank. It's that simple. So we need a flat head. Pop this little guy out. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Now this little piece of foam is holding this in. I'm just going to rip it out so I can pull it back a little bit out of the way. Pop this little collar off too while we're here. Also, this video is going to be filmed across a couple days, and I'm getting a microphone tomorrow, so that's really exciting. So this day I won't have a microphone, and then randomly the audio quality will get a lot better tomorrow. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited. I make a lot more short form content on Instagram, and it's actually a lot of fun. So I just post funny stuff or Mark II stuff on there, just more short form stuff. So if you're wondering like, where is he at? Why is he not posting YouTube videos? Go over to Instagram. I usually post like once a day. I also don't have a pick. Pick would be really nice. Not really worried because I'll probably just replace these lines anyway. There we are. So now let's scooch these off to the side. Lift up this collar, and then all you got to do to take this out is just kind of pry it up. Try not to break it. There we go. Now when you're doing fuel related stuff, you want to make sure, usually you should have gloves on, but I used up all my gloves and I haven't ordered any more. What really sucks about doing this is I replaced this pump less than 6 months ago, and now I got to replace it again because it just doesn't produce enough pressure to be able to run the 07K. So, you know, it is what it is, but it kind of sucks. All right, so here's the Walbro 450, comparing it to the old fuel pump, the old stock Mark II fuel pump. Look at the size difference. First, let's take off this pump. So there's that. Future Brett here. I didn't explain it. So I have the wrong sending unit to be able to use that Fabulous little like bracket thingy, and it's not gonna work. The Walbro 450 won't work with what I had. So now I gotta get a different pump. I'll get a D-Works 200 sent over from NGP, and we'll go from there. So now watch me run fuel lines. I got this little fuel rail that goes off to the injectors, and then this goes here, and I'll just slide right on like that. So what I want to do right now is send this through the frame rail, because that's where the fuel lines ran originally, and I just want to see where we need to cut this. I didn't film it, but we got the fuel line ran down the frame rail, and I'll pull it back a little bit here so it sits nice and flat. So we got that ran down. We got it coming through. Now we got to untangle it, and then we're gonna run it back to where the fuel regulator filter will sit. And then we're gonna cut it. And then we'll go from there because we still gotta get the fuel regulator. So we got fuel line coming all the way back. And this is where the fuel regulator will sit. So what we're going to do is just do a guesstimate measurement. This will probably be a little bit too much, so we'll just have to recut it. But right where my pointer finger is, we're gonna put a piece of tape, and then we're gonna cut it, and then go from there. Future Brett here again. I did a really bad job filming this video. I don't know why, I'm sorry, but we got the fuel line cut. Now we're just waiting on the fuel regulator slash fuel filter, a Mark V stock one, and we will mount that up, and then we can run feed and return lines from the pump, and then we run the feed line all the way up to the car, and then we can mount it to the chassis, but we gotta wait for parts and all that stuff, yada yada. So it's Sunday, and it's uncharacteristically warm up in Pennsylvania for February. But what we got going on is, since we can go outside, I felt more comfortable painting. I got the spare tire wheel, like the spare tire well. There was some rust, and I sanded it down, grinded it down, and shot some just rust inhibitor on it. So it doesn't look perfect. You see we got some holes here. So this car is pretty rusty, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of rust. You know, and that's okay. It is what it is. I'm gonna put some primer on it and then call it good for the day. And yes, I'm just using spray can, whatever. It'll get an actual like proper gun spray, but I just wanna get this covered. And that's what the wheel well looks like. Not bad. I'll probably just spray this whole interior once I get it like fully cleaned up. But I just wanted to be outside today and do something even though I had nothing to do. That was the worst paint job that you've ever seen. I don't care. I'm not a painter. It's fine. It's just spray paint. It's on there. And it looks better than it did with rust. So I'm okay with that. If you're not already following on Instagram, Brett.07k, I post a lot more content there than I do on YouTube. I know the video is kind of boring. That's okay. I thought the fuel pump would, you know, work, but I realized that it didn't. It is what it is. This is what happens when you have a project car. It's okay. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.